maybe NAVI is so upset that they are like, discontinue your contract. Then Carlos signs you, and then
G2.
then G2 can finally win something.
I don't imagine how much Carlos should pay. He should buy for me some 2 or 3 flats.
Oh, yeah?
With 3 different cities, yeah, and give something insane, you know.
All right.
Couple of cars, maybe some Lamborghini.
I want house in Tokyo as well. So.
Oh shit!
Tokyo,
a house in Tokyo,
like the most
a couple of cars,
private plane.
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets, guaranteed.
Fist bumps go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parimatch, your esports teammate. Hey buddy, let me show you how to fix that. Bitskins.com. Buy and sell skins instantly. Deposit and withdraw funds instantly with crypto or directly to your Visa card. Woohoo! Bitskins.com, the best skin marketplace.
The nice thing about Displate is they're super high quality and very easy to hang up. All you have to do is mount the magnet they provide you, then just stick the poster on the wall. Every art piece they offer is super collectible and looks great no matter where you place it in your house or room. Another wonderful thing about Displate is they also look after the environment. Every poster someone buys, Displate will plant 1 tree. They have already planted over 14 million trees and they're still planting. So you're not just getting an awesome poster, you're also helping the environment.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of HLTV Confirmed, brought to you by our lovely sponsors. We got Xtrfy. Check them out if you're in the marketplace for a mouse, keyboard, pads, all that good stuff. Xtrfy.com. We have Parimatch. That's parimatch.com. Gamble responsibly. Bitskins. Buy and sell CSGO skins and items. And our newest sponsor, Displate. You can see them up behind Striker. If you missed last episode, we did on Friday. If you're looking to spruce up your room, you can check them out. They're metal posters. You don't have to do any damage to your walls, nothing like that. Gaming, landscapes, animals, all that good stuff. Striker just disappeared. So you can't actually look at his background, but I'm sure we'll be able to look at it when he comes back to us. Okay, so on tonight's show, Season 5, Episode 63, we've got our producers, Lucas. Is it Episode 63, Lucas?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay, we'd say hi to Striker. Are you still with us, Striker?
He's gone.
No, he's gone.
He doesn't want to be on the show. It's simple. He's like, this is under my level. Maybe get a better guest next time.
He's gone immediately. He's left. He's back. There he is. All right, Striker, are you excited? Is that why you're having internet issues?
No, it wasn't internet issues. It's just audio problems. Like literally, as you were about to go live, like I just like my sound cut out like immediately. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
We love a good tech issue. Prof, how you doing? Are you over the moon right now?
Yeah, I'm. For me, it's kind of normal. You know, I know Sasha. I see him at events. I call him by his first name. You know the meme. So
you're not
for me, it's just another day in the office, right?
Okay. Well, we'll also be rounding off DreamHack Open. We have the WePlay Academy to talk about Blast 4 on the horizon. And of course, I think the moment everybody who's been watching HLTV Confirmed asks about every single bloody day of the week is getting s1mple on the show. And we've got him, the man, the myth, the greatest to ever do it, s1mple. It is a pleasure and an honor to have you on the show here this evening. Thank you for joining us, mate. How are you doing?
Good.
Good? Yeah, as we were talking just before, you're already practicing. You're already smashing out practice. I can't believe it. I thought maybe you would have taken a bit of time off. I know it's been a week already, but does it feel like it's already been a week?
No, man. It would be better to have more time.
Yeah?
But still, there's a few tournaments left, so we'll try to win this as well. Need to focus 100%.
That's where I kind of wanted to ask because it is in the middle of the season, right? Did winning the major feel as you expected it to? You know, like it's like that you've obviously everybody builds up to be this. It is the biggest, it's the pinnacle. But did it feel like that when you won it? Like, did you have that feeling of, oh fuck, we finally did it?
I felt like we are the most deserved to do this, you know. And with this thing, I like prepare for every game. Like a lot of people says, like it's NAVI Major, like they're destroying and all of this. But when you play, you always like ready that the enemy team can do a big damage, and you can just easily lose because it's only one game, and you don't want to fuck up this one game because you don't know when this next game is gonna be. So you just trying to do everything what you know, like sleep, take good food, spend time with team, try to not have some bad conversation between teammates, you know, some argue. Like everyone understand the importance of every game and like win overall of the major.
Okay, awesome. Lucas, let's roll the bumper. We'll get into the hot seat, and then we can really get stuck into things with s1mple. All right, well, we already got into it a little bit here. Now, I want to set a little bit of history. s1mple, maybe some of the people at home aren't too familiar with NAVI coming into 2021, right? Maybe we got some more casual viewers with us here, but we want to start at the start of this year, right? So coming out of 2022, you guys had the Global Challenge, I believe it was, and then you had the World Finals for Blast, and you guys won the World Finals for Blast. I think you came third, fourth at the IEM Global Challenge. Then going into 2021, you were ranked third in the world as per HLTV. And during this whole period of time coming in, you guys had just brought Bit into the team. You were doing the whole 6-man roster that we saw a lot of the other teams like Vitality and Astralis doing. And he was playing a couple of maps. I think it was Inferno in the beginning, and then he started playing a little bit of Overpass and something else in the mix. Now, coming out of 2020, going into 2021, what was it like for the team in the camp? Was it still like, oh shit, we're in COVID, we never know when things are going to go back to normal? Or was it like, fuck, don't worry about COVID, let's just be the best? Like, what was the vibe like?
The vibe was just to play better, to not lose to random teams, and just always be on good form and be ready when the LANs will come back. Because we knew like our preparation before LAN tournaments and LAN game is really good. And we just felt like with new player, with Beat, we need just to practice our game harder. And while we have this online era, while we had this, we just use this time. We tried to do boot camps as well, but at the end of this, COVID restrictions was really bad for some of our players, and we couldn't do boot camp like in same city in Kiev.
Okay.
Right now, it's really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got a lot of things here, Prof, that we can turn to, right? Now, with where the Counter-Strike scene was at the end of last year to where it is now, it feels like there's been like a massive handover, right? Things last year seemed very unstable. We had like everybody being number one. Like Big was number one for a little while, right? Heroic was number one for everybody. Felt
G2
like
was number one. They didn't win a single tournament.
Yeah.
That also happened.
But
I mean, yeah, I think an interesting part there was like the year started, you won that Blast event, and then the couple of next event, you make playoffs, but you don't go that far. And then Valve comes with the limiting of the 6-man roster, so you bring back Bit, and that is kind of a very big point, I feel like, for this NAVI team, because from that point onward, it takes maybe a bit for you to get going with Bit, but after that, you're literally the best team in the world, right? So can you tell me about that decision, benching flamie, who's been in the roster for so long, and having Bit join the team? What was that decision like, and the Valve ruling and all of that? What is the feeling in the team at the time?
I don't remember. I think we lost something, and Blade just asked every player about what should we do, because as you said, this new Valve rule that you cannot have 6-man roster. So we just discussed, and like I think a lot of us had same agreement. Maybe like Boomich wanted him to stay and give one more chance, because we should have decided, because in few days it would be a boot camp and we need to know who should we play with.
Yeah,
and we
I think
just
it was.
decided to give Bit chance, because otherwise he's like in our roster flamie as well. And if it's not working with Bit, so we can always bring flamie back, because as Blade said, he wanted to give him break, to not play at all, just to work on himself and his things in his head, you know. Because I think he lost a lot of confidence, and that's the big part for any player.
Yeah, surely. I mean, yeah, that was kind of the situation. I think it was DreamHack, Masters, and then the RMR was like very shortly after. So you kind of have to decide. A lot of the teams did the same at the same time. You know, you have to decide which player is going out, who you're going to play with. So it kind of made sense. But I think interesting thing when you had Hooch on the show, we were talking about these like Kyojin coming in and then comparing him to Bit. He said something like Bit, when he came into Navi, he put his foot down. He said, like, I'm here to play. I'm not just some like rookie that you can give the shit rolls and I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna be scared. It's like he said that Bit came in with confidence, right? And then he felt like a part of the team. What is that like from your perspective?
I think first of all, Bit has so much confidence because of system that Blade and Navi made, and because of all our players that instantly, like for example me, during practice I can say instantly mistake and tell how it's right to do, and if person forget, I remind him, and we really work really hard with watching and explaining our mistakes. And the thing is, the player should he should really want to fix his mistakes. That's why he need to ask for advice. Some people don't like to listen advice and just trying to do by themselves, but it's wrong when you have experienced player, me or Electronic. Like we lost a lot with Electronic, so I don't want to lose with them as much as I did, you know.
Is that what the atmosphere is like when you guys get a new guy and it's just like a brutally honest kind of atmosphere where you just like see a mistake, you just point it out immediately, and that's how it goes?
Yeah, and like Beat, he's really calm, and he understands that it would be better for him. He just listen and upgrade, because I think like Beat is really like motivated a lot, and he's like, as I said, he's prodigy. Like it's hard to find players like him. Like he's sitting so close to monitor, so he cannot even see crowd. He just focusing on crosshair. Like for example, sometimes it's like 5 seconds left, and he is playing and asking how much time left. Like, we're like, what the heck, man? Yeah. So yeah, like as I said, because of his focus and because of his how to explain it, he's really calm outside of the game as well.
Do you think with Bit, with him sitting so close to the monitor, like everybody's talking about his headshot percentage, right? Do you think that's a big reason, like him being that close?
I think you have more focus, you know, and you're just practicing. How to say this? Memory, muscle memory.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's practicing even faster and better because he's always focusing on something small and something really close to you, you know. I think that's how it works. But I recommend him. I told him after major, if you win, try to do a bit. How to say it?
Bit further back.
Yeah. So his eyes not gonna get damaged, you know.
That's the thing, right? The eye strain, it could be a real problem with that. But there's a couple of guys like Rops is real close with it as well. Like those guys, I don't know how they do it.
Xantaris as well.
Didn't Bondic used to be real close back in the day? I remember he used to sit on the corner of his desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird setup he's got going on there. So do you think, right, with Bit, obviously you guys have had a lot of success, right? But does it feel like he was the final piece of the puzzle? Because you're saying he's a prodigy. So now, right, we're not fucking around anymore. It's not just a s1mple and electronic show. And I know you say it's the team and the system and everything, but like if you walk into a dark alley against s1mple, electronic, and Bit, like you're gonna fuck everybody up, right? Like you guys in terms of pound for pound firepower, I don't think there's anybody close to that, really, right? You have to rack your brain pretty hard to think of players who are close. It's like, is Bit that missing piece you've been looking for these years?
Yeah, probably. Like his individual skill is really good. I think his aim in our team is the best one. I think.
Okay.
Like if you just go on open distance together at same timing, he's just gonna kill you. That's what I think. If you're talking about some like macro, like behind the wall, crosshair placement, and reading what opponent's gonna do, he's a bit worse level than, for example, me or Electronic. But still, he's every time he's better and better. That's
it's
why
the first year.
yeah, putting in these numbers. And it's and as you said, he's just 19 or maybe even 18.
I think he's 18. I think he was
I think
17 when he joined you boys last year. And so he's
Yeah,
18
he's
now.
18, man.
Yeah. But your team is pretty young. The average age of your team is like 22, right? So your team comparatively is a young team. So and this is what becomes really scary about NAVI.
And it was weird because we played against the oldest team, right? In the final.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that right there, that story, right? You've had a best of 3 against G2 now over 3 years. Do you want a new finals opponent?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I think if maybe Gambit, or maybe no, I don't know. I think Vitality. The hardest game was against Vitality and Nuke against G2.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
for a whole tournament. With Heroic, we didn't play our game yet because it was just first game. So we did a lot mistakes, and like we won this Ancient by 4 or 5 clutches from my teammates. So yeah.
Yeah, I
And at
remember.
and in final, we just didn't play our game as well.
The grand final?
Yeah, in grand final as well.
Okay.
We played bad on Nuke, and like even Blade said like why we're playing like that, you know. And only at the end of comeback our voices became better and like higher, you know. And we gave like correct information, and the brain was working really well. And like Boomich won OTs by his calls. So this was insane calls.
It was a crazy game down to the wire there. Like that comeback when I was watching the game, like 14-7 though, I don't know. I used to have this feeling about old school VP when I would watch them, like Taz, Neo, Pasha, like the old boys, right? And it never really felt like they were out of a game. But like watching you guys play then, I was like, well, they haven't lost a map so far. And I know they're 14-7 down, but I don't think they're going to lose. Like I didn't think you were going to lose. Did you think you were going to lose?
No, I always say my team that we didn't lose yet. And when score was 15-10, Blade took timeout and he said like, it's our last chance to do comeback. And actually everyone believed, like when we won like 2 rounds, 11 and 12, we saw how G2 start to play different, you know. They start to play scary. Like they were scared of us. How to say this?
Yeah, that's right. They were scared of you. They were starting to play a bit more passive.
Yeah, there was some round where G2 killed 1 or even 0 upon like us.
I mean, I just remember after the grand final in the morning, I ran into Blade. I'm like, "Congrats, Blade! Like, how's it? Like, what's the feeling like?" And his first comment was like, "I'm not happy how we played the grand final. I'm like, you just won a major. That was very bad. Like, we did so many bad calls.
Yeah,
everything.
true, yeah.
Nothing was working on Nuke. That was awful. I'm like, this guy literally won the major like 10 hours ago. He's just like this, like super unhappy. But that is Blade, right? He is just a guy like that. He always wants to improve, like to go for perfection. That's what my feeling of him is. At least.
Because like everyone improving, you know. So you just want to be a step higher.
But that mentality, though, right? One of the things we spoke about on an earlier show, and I noticed it a little bit, is like I remember Blade, but he felt like at this event he had a new like aura around him. Like it felt like he was just exuding confidence. It felt like every step Blade took, you know, he was confident, and I feel that came through the whole team, right? Because you mentioned it earlier, and obviously a lot of people has been talking about it, that it was NAVI's major, right? And well, ended up it was NAVI's major, but the way that this all panned out and you guys almost perfectly timing this peak, like it didn't seem from my perspective, and I don't know how, there's obviously always ways that you can lose, but it didn't feel like there was a way that you guys were going to lose. And what you're saying right now is in the grand final, NAVI, the team who won a major, the first team ever to win a major without dropping a map, could have played even better. Do you know how scary that sounds? Like, I know you're saying everybody else is improving, but right now there's like a country mile between you and everybody else. The next closest team is G2, and like apparently that team's in a lot of trouble. Like they're in hot water as far as like they are internally, right? So who's closest? Is anybody close to NAVI?
Yeah, I think Gambit still need time because
Okay.
they didn't play their game, and Vitality with rosters that they played, like few of their players, it was first major, they did like not that good, but still, I think they would do much better if they didn't change roster. Now I don't know like what's gonna happen because it's really interesting.
What do you make
Yeah.
of?
Do you think it's going to happen?
Like what do you mean?
Dupree and Magisk
What do you mean? Dupree Magisk?
going to be joining. Apparently, they're meant to be joining Vitality with
I mean,
Apex,
yeah,
ZywOo, Masuta. I don't know if it's real.
I heard maybe it's true, like, but it's interesting because international roster never won major, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I'll get reminded of this to my last day, man.
Striker has a bet with Sponge, €1,000, and Sponge is like international teams aren't going to be good, and Striker and Pimp are on the other side. So just to
Like,
get you up to date.
sorry, like I don't know 100%, but I just see the rappers from people that usually give like 95% true. So yeah.
What did you make of the difference between this Gambit that you played in that semifinal, which was obviously a massive blowout, and the one that you had played so many times before that, and it was so close a lot of the time when you guys played online?
Man,
What was the difference?
Last time when we lost online, I had birthday on 2nd, and on next day on 3rd, I slept and I wake up 1 hour before game. I slept 1 hour. We didn't even had preparation. So I felt maybe this gives them some chance in their head to have more confidence, you know. But usually, yeah, we just played so many games against them, and it's now we understand their play style. We know where Hobbit gonna lurk on Mirage or Nafani. We know that they like to play 4+1, like Interest usually on T side. He's just alone, and he's not even with them, you know. It doesn't matter what's gonna happen there. He's gonna catch some rotation, and they're like. Their Gambit understand everything fast, you know. They do some rotations, they let enemy team to rotate and just go on free side. So yeah, they're a good team. So
Yeah.
I feel like with a bit more experience on stage, they'll definitely play better. Like they played, for example, in Cologne, where there was no audience.
We were looking at some stats before you came on TeamSpeak. There were some comments on the news as well. Out of, I think it's 15 losses, like best of threes that you had, like Navi had in this year, 9 were by Gambit. So that's like, you lost a lot of games to them this year. Obviously, I think all of them online. I don't think you lost to them in the couple of lands. No, I don't think so. But it still, was it a bit frustrating? Like you're seeing all of these like new kids coming up, killing you online, playing like amazing CS. Like at the beginning of the year, we were also like, these guys aren't going to be this good. But, you know, they give you a lot of trouble. Was it frustrating losing to them?
Yeah, because like, as you said, they just came, like I know where they came from, but it was so fast that they were like 1, 2nd, 3rd tournament. And you like, we're not even top 1 CIS, you know. And I felt like they just had more firepower and more confidence than we, you know. Because I think we, as I said, we changed player and they're playing for so long time with Hobbit. So yeah, it was just to be honest, like Blade worked with them. So I probably think that he said some good strats, you know, or maybe not strats, but how CS works, you know.
Yeah, gave him some knowledge, right?
Yeah,
He's been
yeah.
around for so long.
And
I mean,
of course,
surely.
they have people and they see how other team plays and they understand how to play better and to not do these mistakes.
Do you think that they were because this is what people say, that they were the hardest working team during the online era? Do you think that's also a thing?
I think they're just lucky to have this chance that everyone like from same city and everyone can easily live on bootcamp. I would like to live on bootcamp for a few months as well, but not all my teammates can do this, you know. Like before some really like majors and all of this, it's easy. And yeah. right now we are gonna back to travel, so it will be more nice and more time to spend with team.
But don't you have this mentality that you don't want to play tournaments for boot camps?
No. We like to do bootcamp before some important
But
tournament.
but if you play, you don't play tournaments during boot camps though, or do you?
Like online?
We did like last time on Grand Slam, we won.
Okay.
But
Oh,
like
that's right,
not
yeah.
everyone wanted to play this because we lost like Cologne.
Yeah.
We like didn't pass group stage. It was with flamie, and we lost best of 5 final against Astralis, I think, where we did insane comeback on train. And anyway, like ES3 Tech, I remember saved game for them, and we lost just an overpass. So yeah, but right now, like never mind. Back in the days, I enjoy to play it LAN, like online tournaments in bootcamp.
Okay. All right, let's talk about that because you mentioned the Grand Slam, right? Let's pivot there because that as well was happened this year. I was having a look. I think I closed it, but I think there was like a rough figure of the amount of money NAVI have won this year is like $3.5 million, right? Because you won the Intel Grand Slam, you just won the major, right? It's not like you guys are rolling in the dough. That at this point, with the way things are going, right? Is this like let's see if we can outdo Astralis's era, right? Are you guys going to? I know you have to win a couple of majors to do that, right? But I mentioned before, your team's so young. Is the goal now to be like the most dominant team of all time and try and take that away from the Danes?
Of course, yeah. Like maybe like Navi won't have like 4 majors, because it's hard to do 4 majors in a row. But I would be happy with few more majors and 1 more Grand Slam.
One
It
more
would
Grand
be-
Slam.
Yeah, like the first team to do 2 Grand Slams.
Okay, that's pretty doable. Like when you consider where the tournaments are at right now, Katowice is not that far away.
Yeah,
Alright.
and Cologne and all of this. Next year is coming.
And hopefully all on land, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
So it sounds like the thing is, we all have this image of you, right? s1mple. Everybody, well, I don't know if everybody, but the people I respect, right, all think that you're like the god of the game. Well, that's what, maybe I'm just saying what I think. I think you're the god of the game, right? I think like in terms of anybody touched the game, nobody's had the same level of like natural intuition. But you obviously work really hard, and right, we all understand the s1mple story arc, and now you get like good guy s1mple and the way you talk about your teammates and all this. But like you're at a position right now where you've already been competing for a very long time, but it sounds like you're more motivated now than ever, right? Like how do you maintain that motivation? What is the driving factor for you to want to keep pushing?
Like what else to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I enjoy, like I think the big motivation is that Lance came back and the audience as well. Like people, crowd. It's like so insane when you just play and do some kill, and especially when like in Stockholm everyone cheered for us. Like not everyone, but 90% I think against G2 and 95 against Gambit. And yeah, it was great when you do some highlights, even some games. I remember the days when we were losing, and this is sad days,
Mm.
But winning is more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. I didn't do much winning. Dude, when you walked out, when you guys walked out one at a time for those intros in the arena, Prof and Striker were there. A lot of people at home didn't get to experience it in the same way that we did. But that was the welcome that you guys got one at a time, all the players, G2 as well as you. That was insane. I don't think I've seen something like that with the crowd like that. That was like a standing ovation, especially when you came out. Like they lost it's like you're a fucking rock star. Like they lost their mind. I'm standing up looking at you guys. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it now. Like I can't imagine how it would feel to be up there playing. That's what you're addicted to, right? That feeling.
Yeah, that's fun, man.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay.
I don't know how that's happening, like, but yes, it's just insane, I don't know how to explain this.
It's like when
Just
you turn
so
on your
many
stream.
people, and you're wondering, like, why?
I still can't believe when you turn on your stream, you get like 50K people just tune in like straight away. It's like you have that. Prof, you made a tweet about it earlier today, right? About like just how many fans you're a great Counter-Strike player, but we've had great Counter-Strike players on before. It's just that your level of fandom around you and what you are, like it's crazy. And I think that the fact that you just get on with life, like it's not a big deal, like that says a lot. Like you're just living, you're just doing your thing with Counter-Strike, right? So I'll stop fanboying now before everybody in chat makes too many
People
jokes.
did say that you're gonna suck him off proverbially on the show. So the guy get it. He got it.
Okay.
You did it.
We got there.
It's done.
We got there.
It's
we got
done.
there. Well,
but no. The funniest thing is like when s1mple turns out on his stream, it's 50K viewers. In the arena, it's only like 12K. So that's like not even half of what you get when you turn on the stream. But when you see people in real life, it feels like so much more insane, right?
Yeah,
it's just a crazy thing.
I remember memes with streamers like 80,000 or 100,000, and they're like, "Hey, just send me some stadiums with my face," you know. They just there's so many pictures. That's fun. Yeah, it's hard to imagine. Internet became something different nowadays.
What about the moment when you lift the trophy, right? Because you win the game. We actually didn't talk about the game. We need to talk about the game a bit, about the G2 game. But the game finishes and you're like, okay, we won. And then you have those, like, you have the handshake and then you go to lift the trophy and that lasts like 1 minute. But until the moment that you lift the trophy, what is that like?
Don't know, like, I think we were so happy. And when we went outside of stage, we just like, yeah, we did it. We just keep telling each other that we did it. But yeah, you just, I don't know. And after you just hear like we have new record, we didn't lose single map. Like I remember we could easily do this before game. But when you win, you just don't think about it. Some people say, and you're like, yeah, you start to be proud of what you achieved. Because when you work a lot, for example, for this tournament for Major, you just try to remember, like you just remind yourself other majors when you lost. And I remember my feelings. Like
those are kind of rough, right?
Yeah, with ends 1 and 4 when I missed, I did like this, and when my body goes down, like everything here had like big pain, you know, because of nerves, and it's like you feel like I don't know, like something bad's happening. And when you lose like Berlin Major with Zeus as well, you're like, man, how we losing to energy? You just understand that it's not your day. And when pandemia starts, you're like, man, when's gonna be next major? Because I'm 25 soon, 1 year, and you feel like if there's no gonna be a major for next like not 2 years but 4, for example, there's gonna be like teams that I don't know that progressed more, you know. Because it's not fun to win when you have online. Like it's fun, of course, it's fun, but it's different emotions if you talk about LAN. There's a lot of people just cheering, saying some kind words, even some bad words with how to say the plakat.
The signs, yeah.
There is a sign like s1mple. There was a sign when I did like this, when NiKo told an interview. I said it to person that showed s1mple 3 major finals with PGL. 0 wins. And he's like, show me his finger, and I'm like, no, man, not today. And it looked like I did it when NiKo said like...
people took it the wrong way and thought you just did something about what NiKo said, It's true.
Out of context.
Yeah, I mean, the pain that you felt on the Ents failed clutch, the X7 one, I feel like that is the same thing that NiKo felt after that Deagle situation. So can you just... obviously on nuke, when he flanked up on heaven and then he missed like 2 shots on you, then you turned around and you nailed an amazing shot. Actually, that shot was not an easy one. So just tell me from your perspective, when that was going on, obviously you didn't expect him to be up there, caught you off guard. Well, just lead us through that moment.
No, I just I felt like we were still in game, and I felt like I won this round because like Nexa, you saw how he killed my teammate in Van?
Yeah. Through a smoke and shit.
This was lucky round. And NiKo did unlucky, you know, so it's 1-1. Because it shouldn't be a kill for the guy in Van through the smoke because he saw me coming out from main. But still, yeah, just normal. Just like we still need 2 rounds to do comeback. Because every round is hard, really. Especially when they have 15, you like just trying to. Sometimes you even overthink yourself where it's gonna be. But when you control everything, you just know like all combinations. I just watch Radar and I see all combination and where are all my teammates.
The shot though, Simple, once he missed it, did you think at that point, oh fuck, like now we're over them mentally? Like, do you, because NiKo was the only one on their T side who was getting space for them, right? Like on the gun, I know that was only on a eco round or a pistol upgrade round, but the rest of the rounds it was like only NiKo going yard. Occasionally he'd win the fight against Electronic. Occasionally he wouldn't, right? And when he won the fight, they won the round. When he didn't win the fight, you guys won the round. It was pretty straightforward, like how it's going.
I didn't even hear that he shoot twice, you know, because of the crowd. Like when I think he missed first, and already crowd was cheering. I'm like, I was surprised that he was on heaven, because I expect them to be together from hot. But yeah, just no, I didn't think like he gonna break mentally, you know, or something like that. We were just playing. I didn't know that he missed something like that. Because the first one maybe I stand, like I was sitting, I was crouching, and I stand. And second, I think he had small delay between second shot. The deagle accuracy is very hard, you know.
Yeah.
He should have taken like few more milliseconds.
It was probably worried about the crowd giving away the flank, you know. Did that play into it at all? Could you hear the crowd in those moments? Were they
No, I hear only when for example, I told my team just throw nades after Molotov or somewhere. And if there's a lot of players, this nade gonna be on stream. And that's it.
yeah, the
Just
reverb.
know.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, I did ace on Eco against Eco. Bit naded, and I'm like, oh man, that's my kill.
You just walked in, 30 bullets, everybody's dead. See you later.
Yeah.
They were giving you a bit of a hard time though with like Jax's lobby aggression, right? And that's probably where I think some of the nerves, because you know how you said, oh yeah, we weren't playing like ourselves. Those moments felt like that's where it looked like you guys were getting nervous, right? Because Jax was in lobby. You guys even had players in radio room and shit, and he was just swinging out late. And he dropped the bomb in one round, right? I think Amanek ended up getting 3 kills in that round. I don't remember exactly, but
As City on overtime?
you were T side. They were aggressive lobby.
They were
as
City
CT.
side, yeah. It was on overtime when he just killed 3 guys, 1 hut, 1 door, 1 lobby. And I like, man, just talk with each other. You just when it's stress, I think communication is going worse usually in any team, and that's the most important, to have same timing when you need to pick him from 3 different sides, because it's impossible him to get his kills if you just do everything perfect. But yeah, in stress situations, we're always practicing that. It comes with time, you know. Even I did some stupid mistakes, like against Vitality. Our last round on Dust 2 against them, I like picked long as Steve with first spawn. And I knew that Apex likes to cross, just he doing the smoke, and he's crossing to pit. And I don't know why, but I jumped, and I did so stupid move in my head, you know. And I shouldn't do that at all, because it wasn't our plan, you know. And I'm like, man, why I'm doing that? Sometimes you need to stop yourself, and it's hard with some pressure games.
Sure. Yeah, go for it, Prof.
I mean, at the same time, you're the kind of the player that plays a lot by instinct. So you don't want to also stop yourself when you feel like something's going to be a good move, and then like start thinking like, should I do this? Should I not do this? And then get in your head, right? So I guess it's a balance of that.
Yeah, but in really important games, you like understand if you're gonna die. Like there's a situation like Perfecto went on long and killed 4 Vitality players. That was like, it's how to explain, like
Impulse?
for example, oh man, it's very hard. Like everything happened how it's supposed to happen, you know, at that moment. So you found this moment.
Okay, you're like creating
in moment,
it, right?
you know, you in moment, you know, and you can use this moment to do something good, or you can just kill one and they're gonna trade you. But everything was great. Like few of them was blind. It was actually our strat. Like few of them was blind. One of them like was holding short, and Apex didn't hear of flashes in pit, and it's like a moment. And sometimes when you feel this moment and you just go and do some stupid mistakes, like you do it less, you know. And especially, of course, you have more confidence if you're winning 15-3, so you can run with knives and try to knife like 2 players, because you understand that like you still have more chance. You want to show something like beautiful, especially when your team playing insane.
That's obviously one of the big differences right now. We're going to go for a break in 5 minutes time. So we'll wrap up this, right? Then we'll go to a break. We'll come back. We'll do the game show, and then we'll keep the show moving. But one of the key points we'll make here before we go to the break was that obviously now it's a team around you, right? Like Parimatch feels like he's found his place as the in-game leader of the team now. Like the aggressive style in-game leaders is in fashion right now. You got Nafni, you got Art. Everybody with the in-game leaders likes to be aggressive. Perfecto in the clutch as well, right? That wasn't one of the things he was necessarily known for when you first picked him up, but he seemed like looks like he's defined himself as those players. And would it be fair in saying, do you think, s1mple, that Perfecto and Parimatch have had the most work to do to define their roles, right? Because they don't just they're not just star players, right? They have to kind of, their way of approaching the game is a bit different from everybody else. Do you think they've had to put in a lot of extra work there?
I think Perfecto is genius. So our sport psychologist says that he's genius.
Okay.
So he just, I don't know, he just have his way of practicing, and he actually reading clutch situations really good. I remember I said, like, when I played with NiKo in 2016, the MLG Columbus, I felt like he can win any clutch. Because, like, I don't play in clutch like Perfecto or NiKo, because I always try to predict where the enemy is. Usually on timings and nades and all of this. Info as well. Info is very important. But they do some moves that I would never do, but these moves like show me that I can do these moves as well, because it's really smart moves. And Perfecto is really smart guy. Outside of the game as well. He's really calm. He know how to play. And I think Parimatch, first of all, he's still working as an in-game leader with Blade, because before he was in-game leader, he was a really good player, really good aggressive player. For example, the best pop player on train is Parimatch. He can do anything with you. He can go on ladder, he can Zeus you, he can knife you, he can always come from behind when he feels there's 4B doing some execution. And sometimes this aggression is not needed for IGL, because he needs just to control. That's why IGL can shoot worse, because he need to think about teammate. He should remind rounds. He should have a really good brain, to think and to remember everything. So yeah, I think Parimatch did more work only because he spending all this extra time with our coach.
Can you
Because
tell
Blade
me more?
is really great in-game leader, like his mind is huge.
I think we all know that. Respect for Blade as an in-game leader is all-time high, especially now. But tell me more about Perfecto, because this is a guy, he doesn't do a lot of interviews. I don't know how good his English is. You said he's a genius. I want to hear more about that. What makes him a genius?
No, he's just statistically his brain is working really good,
Okay.
Not really
He's done a bunch of IQ tests.
Something like that, yeah, on really high level. So just he react really fast and really correct in some fast situation, And in clutch situation, I feel like he's 200 IQ in chat, man.
I mean, to set an
just genius.
Yeah, to set an example, I don't know if you're gonna remember this, but when you guys played against Vitality, there was this nuke clutch where he was at the T vent, and he was against ZywOo, and ZywOo was somewhere backside or something like that, and Perfecto mollied backside and started spamming the hut, because he knew ZywOo would just move in front of the hut, and he actually hit him a couple times. And ZywOo was forced into him. Perfecto played that clutch to perfection, man. He's really good.
One.
Yeah.
Close to vent. Yeah.
And ZywOo just pushed into him to the box, and then Perfecto just killed him. Right?
Yeah, there was some unlucky clutch for him in grand final.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's because his first grand final of Major, but overall, yeah, he's calm as well.
Yeah, I mean, even the grand final, you don't feel like he played them bad, but he just didn't win them. And usually he'd play it the same way, but he'd just win. Sometimes things just don't. don't go your way.
All right, boys. I'm going to cut the conversation short here. We're going to go to a break. Lucas, can you roll the ads? And we'll go for a quick break, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes to keep this one going.
The Xtrfy M42 RGB, what a fun mouse with 5 colorways, lightweight frame at just 59 grams with a swappable backplate to suit your grip style, the sensor, the easy core, the smooth skates, and driverless control for RGB and DPI is why you should check out the M42 RGB down below.
Fist bumps go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parimatch, your esports teammate. Buy and sell your skins now. Easy, fast, and safe. The best skin site. Credit card deposits and withdrawals, instant cash out methods. Get the best deals. Quick, simple, reliable. Bitskins.com.
The nice thing about displays are super high quality and very easy to hang up. All you have to do is mount the magnet they provide you, then just stick the poster on the wall. Every art piece they offer is super collectible and looks great no matter where you place it in your house or room. Another wonderful thing about Displate is they also look after the environment. Every poster someone buys, Displate will plant 1 tree. They have already planted over 14 million trees and they're still planting. So you're not just getting an awesome poster, you're also helping the environment.
All right, we're back, and s1mple will be back, as soon as he's ready. Now, we're going to pivot the conversation a little bit here. We're going to get into some of the recent news, and then when s1mple rejoins us, we'll double back to the skinionaire quiz so you guys can win whatever skin s1mple can get for you, and we're going to talk now about just some more of the roster rumors. Now, if you joined us on Friday, we went over most of them, but this was an unexpected one today, Striker. I don't know if anybody was expecting to see shox's name anywhere near Liquid. How much validity we're putting in this? Nell's normally sniffing some stuff out, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, especially with I don't know what he's yeah, I just saw Prop's face in reaction to that phrase, sniffing out, and I was like, okay, maybe he's sniffing something. No, I mean, Nell has been very very trustworthy with his information, especially when it comes to the French scene, and he clearly has good information from that. So I don't doubt that this is legit, at least that there have been talks. I don't think there's any discussion about that. I can't say that I've heard the same thing, but then again, I haven't really heard anything around shox at all. So it's kind of like, it's not like I have anything to say that that hasn't happened. So that's kind of that's where I stand.
Where does he fit in though, Striker? Like, if you're
that's
thinking
what I
about
was
it, where
gonna
does
get
he
into.
fit in?
The thing is, like, I was saying this on Twitter, like it was inevitable that some Europeans would go on to these North American projects. There's like too many organizations that are trying to get into the space. There's been like Cloud9, like some reports of Cloud9 coming back, and the Jack tweets where he basically kind of like hinted at returning to CSGO at some point and stuff like that. And they've had this in like their long-term plan, like when things return to normal, that they're going to return to CSGO and blah blah blah. So with them, and then Liquid and EG possibly shuffling, and then like whoever other like organizations might be just like joining CSGO again. Like, there's not enough viable North American players to play on all these projects at this point. So like there has to be some overlap with our European players, especially when like things are going to happen in Europe for a while. Like there's not going to be that much North American stuff. Maybe like an event in a year or something, maybe a couple of events a year. Like that's not going to be a problem. Like most of the North American teams are just going to stay in Europe long term, or at least like come over most of the time for tournaments and stuff like that. So it's like it makes sense for some of these Europeans to join the North American projects much more so than it used to. So like it was obvious that it would happen. I'm not sure that I expected shox to be in Liquid though.
Yeah, that it is a bit of an odd one. But when you read that, Prof, does it make you believe that maybe there is some validity to the Nitro rumors as well? We kind of skimmed over it a bit last week, right?
Yeah.
Like we weren't too bothered by it. But like if they're going to get shox, right? Then there's
I don't think it's going to be both.
No, but well, maybe. Like what I'm hearing over there is like I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm hearing the North American Counter-Strike is not in a great spot as far as either of these rosters are going right now. So. And as you're mentioning, if more people are coming to the table, there's definitely players that you can share around and configurations you can make. JKS, JCOM, maybe those boys are, that there's definitely players who are available, and all those free agents we went over. Like that's why when I'm thinking about this Nitro thing, one of his issues, I would imagine, was the fact that, maybe, just maybe he wanted to spend a bit more time at home, right? But
Yeah, maybe.
now we've been at home for 2 years straight. Maybe we're fed up at home. You know what I mean? Like, no, but really, right? That's all
I
it
get
takes,
it.
you know?
100%.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
First-hand experience right there.
Does this feel like a massive throwback period? Like there's obviously like the Brazilian theme and whatever, like there's rumors of that, and then there's possible Nitro, rejoining Liquid and like joining up with Alicia again. Like that's gonna lead into like NAF reuniting with Daps and shit like this. Like that's just it, at this point. I'm not saying that I haven't even, I actually don't know if that's happening, but I just feel like that's all going to happen. Like the Brazilian theme is going to happen. NAF is going to go to reunite with Daps, and then fucking Nitro is going to come back to Liquid, and everything's just going to be like.
Too.
To be honest,
exactly.
I think shox and NAF are kind of the players. They're like a kind of
too
similar
much overlap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's overlap there. So I think that kind of makes sense. If NAF is going to go out, that maybe wants shox, even though shox is pretty old. Like I love shox, amazing guy, love him in game as well. I think he's been pretty consistent for his age and everything. Really respectable. He's not forest. He's not but he's also not RPK. Like he's better than RPK.
Sure.
Pretty consistent for his role, let's say. So yeah, I have a respect for him, but him going to an NA team, I really don't see that happening.
He's got a family and shit, right? It's
he's like a guy that wants to enjoy life. He's super French, he's super French. He's he's a baguette as good of a baguette you can get. Here we go, Simple's back. We didn't bait everyone.
Yeah, it was coming back.
What do you think about shox to Liquid? Is it happening or is it bait?
Oh, I don't know. Interesting instead of who.
That's what we were just asking. We think maybe NAF, but I think from what I've heard, the whole Liquid team is falling apart anyway. Like, because if Fallen's going back to the old Brazilian boys,
okay.
Right? If that's happening, and you're hearing rumors about Stewie was the other guy that's meant to go, but then Liquid's going to need a couple more players than just shox. So I don't know. It sounds like we were just saying that shox has a family and stuff, so it seemed it would be hard to see him going to America unless the whole family moved.
Yeah, but still, Liquid spend a lot of time in Netherlands on bootcamp for this year, and hopefully there are going to be some tournaments in future next year in United States. So yeah, it would be, I don't know, if it's true. I think it would be good for him.
For shox, yeah. This is kind of just cementing more about the Vitality rumors, right? It'd be interesting if we could get. I suppose I was thinking maybe we'd get information before Blast, and to be fair, it's still 9 days away. They had until, was it Friday, right, Striker, to submit the rosters?
Yeah,
it's like 4 p.m. I think they're about to adjust it or some shit. Yeah. So we might
Liquid said that they're keeping the roster until the end of the year. That they're playing with this roster. And from what we know about Vitality, it's the same thing. They're contracted until the end of the year. So the lineup that we have, they're going to play, even though we have very good confirmation that it's a dead team. So that's another reason why I see NAVI, maybe Heroic, but definitely NAVI has a good chance to now just blow everyone out, win a lot of tournaments, cement themselves this is our year. And then a couple of other teams like Heroic and Gambit that can do have some good placings, because other teams, everyone's changing stuff. So that's kind of how I see it right now developing for the rest of the year.
Yep. Okay, I guess we can leave that one there. Let's move into the Fnatic story. Now, somebody asked in the chat, Simple, before you joined us, they asked if you get commission for getting s1mple to join Fnatic.
I get what?
Any commission. Do you get any money for helping s1mple get a team?
Do I had?
It's meant to be a joke. I told the joke badly. I fucked it up. But
the question. What's the question? The most important.
Well, they wanted to know if you got commission, money for helping s1mple get onto Fnatic.
So the question is, did I help him to join Fnatic?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't think so. But he actually was doing a good job on Movistar Riders, and just feel sad that they decided to do it full Spanish. So I think he deserves opportunity. I just repost.
Is he still a tier 4 player or?
No.
Tier 3 now?
That was jokes. Tier 1. Tier 1.
I think the thing is, all the sensible people out there know the banter, and they get it, right? Most of the sensible people understand that, but we do need to make sure we remind it for people at home that you were only joking.
Day before day before best of 5, he even asked some advice for best of 5 games.
Oh, really?
Just told him,
Nice.
yeah, and he played really good, especially on first 2 maps.
So do you think this Fnatic is a team that you guys might have to worry about soon? Do you think that with Mezzi, Alex, and the two Swedes, Crims and Brolin, they can be a big threat in tier 1 tournaments?
No, I don't think so. For us, no.
Okay.
But they can definitely be in top 10 easily. They can be there.
Okay.
But yeah, like Alex, I think his IGL skills is on good level. So they just need to find synergy between British and Swedish people. I think their organization as well helping them really
Yeah,
good.
that makes sense.
I
was
think
gonna
it's still
say
undefeated, right, Striker?
Oh, I actually don't know that. But
Let
I
me
mean,
check.
have they even played anything else?
I think
they
with
played like
Smooya, they
qualifier or
haven't
something,
lost.
right?
They haven't lost a series. I think they've lost a map. I don't think they've lost a series. They've lost 3 maps with Smooya. They're 22 wins, 3 losses as maps go. Anyway,
Okay.
D-Real, where were you going?
Fair
Where were
enough.
you taking us?
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's kind of interesting that maybe your paths weren't that the same, but kind of like a similar storyline with you and Smooya. You know, both have had this reputation of being a toxic teammate and whatever, and then just like finally somebody gave them a chance, right? So I just think it's kind of a cute story.
The crossovers. Do you see any similarities with you? Do you think Smooya can be anywhere near as good as s1mple?
Nah, no.
Honesty is the best policy.
Smooya did tell me, like, look at my stats, man. 1.35 rating. I know I'm playing against bad teams, but like, no one has these stats except s1mple. That must be worth something. But yeah, it is true. I mean, at least it was back then. I don't know now. I mean, he's doing well in Fnatic.
He's doing great.
Yes.
Brola did top frag for Fnatic. Back where we were talking about best Swedish player, instantly redeemed myself, right? So just saying.
We did have a hard time, right? We were having this conversation on Friday when we did the show s1mple, and we were trying to work out who the best Swedish player is, because at the moment Sweden's kind of fucked, right?
Actually, I saw this in HLTV Twitter or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I asked myself, so I don't know yet. I cannot answer on that.
Weird, right? For a team for a country that for the longest time was the best, like undoubtedly the best, it's like now we don't even have a name that we can think of off the top of our heads. So they have fallen a long way. But for people at home, if you missed it, Fnatic did end up winning. They won the final against Big. Now, Big making it to the final, I guess they're still making traction with this whole Gade transfer that they've done. That's still relatively early days. It's going to be curious to see how long that lasts for. Like, how long are Big going to be happy with just being, like a top 10 fringe team? Or do they maybe want to go full German? That's a conversation. We had Mad Lions, we had forZe. forZe keep changing roster all the time. Do you know why that? Do we know why that is? They just keep changing players. Like, it feels like every couple of months there's a new boy in there.
No, I don't care about them.
No, not a forZe fan.
No, man. Just yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't like. I don't know. I don't like this team.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, just forget.
All right. We'll forget about it.
We'll move on.
We'll move on.
I mean, they're a super long-standing roster until one point. I think like almost 3 years together.
Yeah.
When they had the original lineup, but
when original, everything was good. But right now, they need to change a lot of things. A lot. I don't want to recommend them something, but they're in a bad situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to talk, because I cannot give some advice for them.
Well, we may as well just go down the list here, because it'd be great to get your take on a team like Spirit, who also, right at the start of the year, I was hyped on Spirit. I was like, get me as much Spirit as you can. You get some Mir, you get some Dexter, Magic's occasionally popping off with the Deagle. I was excited. And now they disappointed me again at the Major. What's wrong with Spirit? Why did that team not work?
I don't know. But yeah, as you said, they played really well at some point. They were so close to beat Gambit, maybe, and they even beat us. I remember once, best of 3 in some CS. I remember, but still, they played better against international teams at some point. They even beat Astralis 16-0.
Yes,
but I don't know.
I don't
know what's like their issue.
Where can Mir go? Tell me that. What
I
are
have
the
no
options?
idea.
Do you think he's
Maybe-
a good player?
Maybe there's rumors that he left because of Chopper, you know, because he
Yeah.
didn't want maybe Chopper to leave. But about rumors, I haven't heard any, you know. But probably maybe some CIS roster. He's actually good player, you know. On
Yeah,
his
he
role,
doesn't speak English as far as I know, so that's a problem.
Yeah. But for example, in some Virtus Pro, he easily can join, I think.
Let's
Definitely.
talk about the We Play Academy.
Yeah, let's do
because
that.
this was the most asked question from people on Twitter, on Instagram. On Twitter, HLTV Confirmed. You can follow the show there. Shout out, sell out right there. But people are asking all the time, Monesi. What does s1mple think about this guy? Is he going to be in Navi? Should he go somewhere else? Is he going to be the next s1mple? Is he like so many questions? So just like tell us, what did you get a chance to play with him a little, talk to him? What's he like?
Like we played only FPL and sometimes some fun games, but yeah, we just talk only about game, you know. I don't never talk with him in life. But about Monady, yeah, he's doing a really great numbers. Even if it's not like some maybe tier 3 teams, you know. Like I have like tier 1 teams, tier 2 and tier 3. So everything what goes after tier 2 is tier 3. There's no tier 4, 5, 6. So yeah, like I would, for example, recommend him to ask for rent for 1 year because in future he definitely deserves to play in main Navi, you know. And you never know what happened. Maybe some players decide to finish their career or something like that. But yeah, he need to get some more experience against better teams. And on his place, I would go somewhere for 1 year to play and see what's happened. It's easy to ask for a contract for 1 year, especially like to see different world, to go on boot camps, you know, speak with different people. If you talk about his English, I think it's okay, but still it's not that good. He need to practice it with people, talk with them about something, not only about CS.
How would
But
you
overall, yeah.
How would you compare your English when you went to Liquid and his now?
I don't know. I never. No, I mean, much better. Mine was much better.
Okay.
Because even Liquid organization, like Joka Steve, back in the days he was like League of Legends manager, and we hang out with him a lot because he's the one who spent a lot of time with me. Like we drive on some cars, you know. We've been on NBA basketball game, and every time when I didn't understand something, you know, I always ask what does it mean or what is this like. I ask him everything, how it's right here or here, something about Americans as well, you know. That was interesting. So right now, and when I lived in Liquid, there was only League of Legends team. So it was me, some Liquid owners, manager of League of Legends team, and yeah, I couldn't like I played like 24/7, and when you live in LA, you have like 10-hour difference with my city, and if you live in New York, I don't know, it's east, west, doesn't matter. You have 7 hours different, and I was like playing. There was like 5-hour practice back in the days. Don't know why, and I like finished at 6 and 7, and I start to stream till 5 or 6 a.m. Then I just go through the balcony to Starbucks to get some easy food, come back, sleep, and I wake up. And I always had more time because our practice started at 3 or 4 p.m. So you could go sleep at like at 6 or 5. And I never even visited this sign. California, right? There's a sign.
The Hollywood side?
Hollywood
Oh,
sign as
Hollywood.
well,
Hollywood.
yeah.
Yeah. I never been there. I never like visit something like in city because I was just playing and it was just interesting for me.
5
So
hour
you-
practice a day. That's probably because all the teams there were not very good. I think that's when I was around there. But yeah, the teams were
Yeah,
probably not
and it
very
was
good.
boring because there was no your team, you know.
Yeah.
And
On
there's
your own.
like like you're on different levels with League of Legends players. They don't know me at all, and I don't even know what to ask them.
Yeah.
Because I played Dota, but LoL for me it was something new.
The easy mode game. I think
reason-
that's what they're calling it. What's up,
Yeah.
Striker?
The reason I asked about Monacy and his English and how it compares to Liquid is obviously there's a lot of NA teams looking out for players right now.
That's
so maybe
true.
there's a chance for him to move to do the simple move to go to the US for a while and then reach a major semifinal, reach a major final, and then some years down the line win a major.
It'd be interesting if Navi were to ever let him go. That's what I'm interested in. Do you think Navi would let him go if he wants to go to another team like you were saying on loan?
Of course, it's Navi. They
Yeah?
always help players. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
On loan, yes. Sell, I don't know about that. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's sell him, but
Yeah,
loan,
but
I'd
you don't know if it's good for Valve rules,
Sure.
to rent someone, if it's allowed.
Conflict of interest.
to
Yeah.
go to play a major and something like that.
Yeah. All right, let's do this, boys. Let's pivot back and do this Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire quiz. Because I want the viewers at home. The viewers at home, simple. Can we do this, Lucas?
I don't know.
Yes. Okay. So this quiz, simple. We do it every week, right? And basically, with this quiz, you're going to answer 5 questions. Now, they're A, B, and C, so you get to pick the answer. And every question you get right, the viewers at home, it goes up a notch in terms of how good the skin is they can win. So if you get all 5 correct, one of the lucky viewers in chat who'll be typing Bitskins will get to win a $50 skin. If you only get 1 correct, I think it's like 5 cents or something, right? So we go through this, you win something, and the viewer gets it. That's how this one goes.
So, if I answer one question, how much, viewer gets skin for $50?
Yeah, well, you have to get all 5 right. So if you get 1 right, it's 50 cents. If you get 2 right, it's $2.50. If you get 3 right, $7.50. 4 right, 15. And if you get all 5 right, 50 euros.
Okay.
$50, not euros. Got to make sure I get the finances right around here. So basically, Lucas has given you a link in TeamSpeak. Questions are going to pop up. I'm going to read them out, and you're going to answer which one you think is correct. You got about 60 seconds to do so. You ready?
Who wants to be skinionaire? Yeah.
That's the one. All right, Lucas, question number 1. Let's do it. Question 1. Who was the best player of 2010's Navi's breakout year? Bang. He locked that one in straight away.
You have to click.
I need to read them out. Yeah. Edward, Senya, or Markelov. And that one is definitely correct right there. Did you watch much of Markelov back in the day?
Yes, of course, man. I watched everything from Markelov.
This is, of course, Navi themed. So if you do bad, maybe Navi is so upset that they are like, discontinue your contract. Then Carlos signs you. And then G2 can finally win something.
I don't imagine how much Carlos should pay. He should buy for me some 2 or 3 flats. With 3 different cities, and give something insane,
All right.
Couple of cars, maybe. Some Lamborghini.
I want house in Tokyo as well, so.
Oh, shit.
Tokyo.
A house in Tokyo,
private
plane, cars.
Private plane, maybe?
Private plane, man, is the best.
Yeah, get a jet. All right, let's do question number 2. Oh, dear. In which city did Navi win their first LAN in CSGO back in 2014? Was it Kiev, London, or Los Angeles?
It's between Kiev or Los Angeles, but probably first CSGO back. I think they won against Astana Dragons and Astralis. Yeah. Not sure if it was that match, but I remember when Astana Dragons and Markelov played. Oh, no, never mind. 2014 is Markelov and me played in Hellraisers. Yeah, it's Kiev.
It was 2014. It was 2014. I don't remember. It was one of the Star Series. I don't know who was in the
final.
it
was against Astana Dragons.
Could be. I think it was.
Was that with the Seized and Kabakin on the team?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Before he became Tony Black?
Then Edward.
Seized, Kabakin, and Senya was, I think.
And Edward came back.
Yes.
Guardian was already there, though.
Instead of Senya, right? No, instead of Kabakin. It was Guardian, Zeus, Seized, Flamie, and Senya, and after that changed, I think, to Kabakin, and after Edward come back instead of Kabakin.
Tarix was there instead of. I think Flamie only joined later, right? After.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Tarix was still playing. That tells you how long.
Yes, Tarix as well.
This was he
probably doesn't remember, but that's a joke.
Finals against the IP, the one you're talking about.
Oh, the Starix joke with the bug. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a slow burn. All right, I got there. All right.
Who knows?
Question number 3. What was Navi's highest HLTV ranking before signing s1mple? Number 1, number 3, or number 5? As I just knock a bottle of water over.
Number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah. I remember they didn't win big event, but they were number 1 for a few months, I guess.
Just like G2 then, Prof.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, they won a big event. If you ask me, it was Counter Pit in Split in my city, so it was pretty big.
Yeah.
And then they
No,
finished
no.
second in
It was a
Malmo.
small event. Nobody even remembers this event.
Everyone
And it's not
remembers
an
the event.
HLTV big event. So
They had the announcer. Don't you remember the announcer? Put your cans in the air. You don't remember that? I was pretty
I don't
amazing, I
remember
have
that.
to say. It was pretty amazing.
All right. Question number 4. We're owning these. What is the only organization that
Oh
reached...
wait, sorry. So, there was like welcome.
Yes.
Is it was here? Yeah.
Yes.
On stage. Yeah,
Millions watching around the world.
That
My
was
good friend,
cringe,
Matic.
cringe.
Put your cans in the air?
Put your cans in
That's
the
the
air.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Question 4. What is the only organization that reached more major finals than NAVI? Is it A, Astralis, B, Virtus.pro, or C, NIP? Which organization reached more major finals than NAVI?
Astralis or NIP, man. It's hard. NIP won 1, lost twice.
No, have 10 seconds.
Astralis, oh, fuck this. Yeah,
Oh, he's gone with Astralis.
easy.
Locked it in. It's NIP.
What?
I think NIP had like 4 or 5 in a row, right?
5 in a row.
5 in a row, yeah.
5 in a row.
DreamHack
Oh, man,
Winter,
forgot about that.
Katowice, Cologne.
Oh yeah, they played NVS as well.
Yeah, that was the
another
DreamHack
They
DreamHack
lost to
Winter,
Winter.
right?
NVS, to VP, to Fnatic. They won Fnatic.
LDLC as well.
Oh, LDL, man. Wow.
All right, that's all right.
Unlucky for skins.
Question
Close
number
though.
5.
Astralis
Sorry,
had
guys.
4.
Sorry,
You guys
guys.
have 4 now as well.
All right. What happened first? Edward Ace on Tuscan, Bit being born, Navi with Dota TI. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
yeah, it was 2010. Oh my. Bit being born, what the hell?
Well, that was...
I mean, you know, we figured out he's 18 now, right?
Yeah, so doesn't matter. So Edward Ace or Navi win Dota?
No, first.
What?
What happened first?
Well, Navi Dota was only, 11 years ago? So
Yeah,
Edward Ace on
Edward Ace.
Train.
You'll
It couldn't have been more
on
than 18
Tuscan,
years
on
ago.
Tuscan.
Couldn't have been more than 18
That's like
years ago.
2010 as well, or something like that. 2011,
Yeah.
maybe? 2010.
So I
And
think
Bit is
it
like-
depends on months.
When
So
is
it has
Bit
to be
born?
Bit.
Like
Bit is born.
2003.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It has to be Bit. Why are you
No,
trick
what happened
question?
first? What is it?
Yeah,
It shouldn't
Bit
be
being
Bit.
born.
What
Oh,
the
yeah.
heck?
It's
That
a
is-
trick
It is
question.
Bit. You answered the question. It's Bit. It is Bit.
So what happened?
Prof's done a trick question here, s1mple. He's tried to be cheeky. So what he's done here is he's tried to make it seem like the other options are viable, but the Bit option is the only option that's viable because he's done a trick fucking question here.
No, 2003 is before 2010.
Yeah,
Bit,
but it's
Bit was
like
the first.
it's not a Counter-Strike. It's just him being born.
You need to know when he's born. He's your
Oh,
teammate. You
man.
need to know all of the details. Flamie would know his horoscope sign and all of that shit. So
That is so weird with that flamey thing, though. Did you see that, s1mple?
Oh man, this is some scum here, fellas. Yeah, just it was brand luck. Yeah.
no, it's good.
Oh,
you
my.
got you answered the question.
You get
You
4
answered
out
the
of
question.
5. All right. Well, we're going to pick a winner right now. Everybody's spamming Bitskins in chat. Who won, Lucas? Vlad978.
A Romanian friend.
Is that what? Oh,
With a W.
Vlad with a W. WLAD or WLAD978.
Our
You're the winner?
in real life friend.
Your real life friend.
No.
I
was
mean,
like, this is
he,
real
he
rigged.
has a Navi logo and he followed today.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. He's a Navi
Nice.
fan. All right. Well, that is the Bitskins Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire segment. We're done with that now. That's done. That's completely finished. And we've got about half an hour left of the show here. So this is where we got a chance right now. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Now, we were talking just before s1mple about you were practicing just before you came on, right? And you guys are getting ready to go to Blast already. So do we want to talk about a bit about Blast, boys? What do you think?
I think a bit, yeah.
Maybe just a little bit, yeah, because
Okay.
it's still over a week away. So
It's a big arena event.
The new
Second
one.
one we had in 2 years. You won there already, right? You won one of the
Yes,
Copenhagen
yes,
events.
in Royal Arena, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's really huge.
and you said something like you really wanted to win there. There was some like compliment about this. Is this like a big thing for you to win here in the big stage?
Yeah, once again, because like Danish people actually love Counter-Strike. There's a lot like different age people, and they all like wearing this Astralis logo, I remember. And yeah, like a lot of people follow. And I even remember, who was it? It was Premier Minister or
Yeah, Prime Minister. Yeah.
yeah, he came to watch games, and that's fun how people like how it's interesting for Danish people to go visit and watch. So and of course, like the Blast things, they always do everything on a great level. Like not only with stage, but with tickets, with plays, with how you live in hotel, with room practice, everything. They always doing everything really great. Like every tournament, there's never any problems. And yeah, we just wanna come and win because it's another LAN event, and we just wanna play. Because it's boring. I fly to home, and the next day I like watching with them. Like it's boring. What to do there, you know? Here, I mean. So yeah, just wanna try to win, because seems like there are not a lot teams. Some of them are gonna do probably roster change. Some of them not on form, but still it would be nice to play there. And the new stage as well, where you're going up from down, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
I saw something like seems like you're sitting in front of your PC or just staying behind your chair and you're just going up when they introduce you. It was on Twitter. It's not leaked.
No, I saw they put out the video. It feels like one of those rock star entrances or whatever the fuck. Taylor Swift concert. I don't know. Very nice.
I think here when we look at these teams, right, I can link you the bracket, Lucas, so you can bring this up and we can talk a little bit about the event itself, right? This one right here will be, I believe it is the last arena event of the year, right? And because I don't know, we don't know exactly what's happening.
Not last.
It's not the last?
Yeah, there's 2. There should be one more Blast Finals.
Yeah, but we don't, or maybe you know more than we do, but like they haven't said if they're selling tickets for it or anything yet. So we don't know if it's like a big arena event or not, because I don't even know where it's happening, right? I would assume they do it in Denmark.
I heard they want to do it outside of some Europe and in some good place,
Okay.
Something new. But
Okay.
not like you think it cannot be happen? Like it can be not happen, or how they
I mean, probably not with the audience, because they would have been starting. They would have started selling tickets already.
Because it's a month away, right? So they would have had to have already started advertising. Now the thing is, like, one of the thoughts that we were thinking was maybe it could be something a bit smaller with like an intimate crowd where you're playing and there's like a crowd of a decent size, but not a massive arena. It's a bit more intimate. But we don't know.
Like they did in London, I guess. Remember?
Yes.
Or maybe even bigger than that. Maybe bigger than that. Maybe like 500,000 people. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
No, you want the big screaming crowd?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What will be there? Do you know how many tickets sold?
For the Royal Arena, I don't know. I think it's normally 12 to 14,000.
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, which is more than I think than what the major. I don't know the exact figure of the major.
Similar, I think it's a similar arena.
500,000.
Well, that's maybe when we go to Brazil, right? When we go to Brazil and we're in an arena, then maybe we get
whole
like,
Rio Beach.
Yeah, get like 100,000 people just stacking in there. Fuck.
Probably.
All right. Well, with this, Lucas, did you bring out the bracket? Not yet. All right. When you bring out the bracket, we'll just talk through this, because I have the same. I have the same problems you're talking about here, Simple, in the sense that a lot of these teams I think are making roster changes. Like the only team that I am actually interested in seeing you play against is the new Astralis, right? Assuming they have that roster. Heroic, yeah, and that's probably it. Like I think.
Oh, Astralis new roster. I see now.
Yeah. So that is one of the, like, whereas look, here's the thing. There are rumors right now for everybody playing at home that there's meant to be, whether it comes sooner or it comes later, there's going to be roster changes for FaZe potentially, Vitality potentially, Liquid potentially, and NIP potentially. That's 4 out of the 8 teams available who are meant to have roster changes. So like when you look at that, the event for me, it's not hugely like when I look at it, I go, okay, well, who are the barn burners? How are we gonna get crazy games? FaZe can rock up. They can do some real dirty shit, right? Heroic can continue from the major of what they were doing. That could be positive. But for Vitality, if they're falling apart, we've already seen what French rosters look like in the past when they're not friends anymore. You know, like it's normally not good. Liquid, if the reports are true that they all fucking hate each other inside the team, then that's not going to be good either. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just
maybe it's gonna be better though. Like just because of the atmosphere being the big problem in Liquid, people are just gonna be, oh fuck it, we can just play whatever, right?
Yeah,
could be one of those things.
It could definitely be. It could be like NIP in Dubai. Remember when NIP had that Dubai event? They were meant to be dead, and then they went and I think they won it, and then they didn't die after that.
I want forZe in NIP.
forZe
back in NIP. Okay.
Just imagine.
We were talking about like he still plays at a good level, right? We know that he's not playing, against tier 1 all the time, but he's still playing a good level. He could still play in NIP. We should make a petition.
That would be really great.
Who's he replacing?
Don't know.
Anyone. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, LNT. Is LNT open fragger?
No.
He's a bit more anchory, a bit more supporty. Seems like he's coming in for the clutches.
That's forest role. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually... yeah.
If s1mple asks for it, I think NIP... We're friends with NIP. We'll get it done. Striker was at their after party, so he
knows him
make
pretty well.
Up.
First name basis and everything. So yeah, this here, as far as the double elimination bracket format that we've got going on here, the format's nice, right? Like that's what you want to see, best of threes the whole way through. But I'm gonna divert it a little bit simple. If you like, because this is an arena event, but if it was arena events all the time, right? How many big events would you want to attend in a year? I know you said you get bored, but like realistically, have you ever thought about it? Like, oh, I want to play 10 big events a year, or I want to play, like, have you ever thought about it from that angle? Or do you like the fact that you have to keep playing to maintain that #1 in the world status? Do you like that? Do you like the grind?
Yeah, like it's enough for one big tournament per month.
Okay. So
sometimes
say 12 a year.
Yeah, maybe sometimes 1 month break and like 2 tournaments in months,
Yep.
But yeah, everything depends on schedule. But overall, yeah, just every month's tournament will be great, and especially with different location. Because I'm actually tired to visit Stockholm or Copenhagen. It was fun when it was Blast in Lisbon, or like Blast Miami. With some interesting places could be,
Blast
or like
Tokyo.
in Barcelona there was tournament with national teams. It was insane. Or Blast Madrid, man.
Yeah.
Some cities that you never visit and you're just excited when you're there, Like I remember when we visited Madrid, I never walked in Madrid for 10 days because our psychologist just came, not sport, the normal psychologist, Gleb. He just came and we were like working from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. every day when Edward was in team. And yeah.
So didn't get to see anything?
Huh?
You didn't get to see anything? Did you walk around?
Yeah. I saw there's a lot of nature, a lot of green trees and everything, but yeah, we didn't visit anything.
Boys, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to get, right, s1mple, tell us, other than you, right, who's going to be in the grand final versus NAVI, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the final section of the show because I just want to do general questions with s1mple. There's so many things we want to pick your brain about. So who do you think is going to be in the grand final against NAVI at the end of Blast?
I probably be wrong because of my predictions on Major, but let's try.
0-3G2. Rest in peace.
It depends on roster. If Vitality saves their roster, I think, and Liquid save roster, I think Vitality win.
Yeah.
If Vitality change Liquid, I think they'll save. They said until the end of the year, then Liquid win. And NIP Astralis, that's tough with Heroic FaZe. I want FaZe to win, but Heroic Danish team. Yeah, probably Heroic win. NAVI big, I hope we win. We lost last time against them, but overall I see their how to say this, form, power of team right now. And we are definitely better, man. We are major winners.
You should, I think everyone can say that. Even humble s1mple can say that.
Yeah.
But NIP Astralis, like I think one of them should be in finals.
NIP Astralis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
upper final, 100%, one of them. I think so.
You-
And I think top 4 will be us. I hope it will be us. Then it will be, I hope, an AP or Astralis, because I won't play against crowd. I already play it and it's fun. And other 2 teams probably. I don't know.
I think it's heroic.
You rate heroic?
Like if they weren't on the same side, I would have them in the final. On the same side, it might be a bit hard because they're gonna have to go through like three rounds of the lower bracket. So it might be because they're gonna meet Navi on the way, right? So I think it would be heroic if they were on the other side.
It's heroic, Vitality, us, and one of the teams in AP or Astralis. I think one of them should be in finals.
Do you think New Astralis' roster would
Like
be good?
they can just, like first tournament, everyone could be fired up and and like destroy,
Get the
and
hot
even
streak.
even win.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right, let's do this. We're going to pivot right now into the playtime section. Lucas, do we have to roll the bumper? We have to roll the bumper? All right, roll the bumper. We'll come back and we're just going to sit here and pick s1mple's brain. We'll get into your viewer questions. We'll be here in 1 second. The new game. All right. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to get straight into the Parimatch Matchmaker, get this one done, and then we can just ask questions. We normally don't have much time to ask the questions for our guests, but tonight we're going to make special time. So, Lucas, get the link towards s1mple. There's
I can give the premise. I can explain the premise.
Explain it.
So there's going to be 2 lists. One is going to be former teammates, and the other list is going to be like some descriptions. So you have to connect the name of the teammate and the description that you feel like fits that guy the most. And there's going to be a link. Is it already
the viewer
there?
link for us, and Lucas should have sent you one privately where you can match the names up against the descriptions. Do you have that? Oh, we lost
but
him.
how to move it?
No, you have. Is there another link for Lucas? Did you send it, Lucas?
I have 2 links.
You take the one where it's text.
Okay, text. I open first.
And then when you click it, it'll, for the viewers, it'll update on our end.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I understand. All right. Easiest one, I think. Best mechanics here.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Leash, best mechanics. Okay. Above Guardian at Guardian's peak, do you think?
What? Guardian peak?
When Guardian was at his peak, do you think that the Leash was still better in terms of mechanics?
I haven't played with Guardian when he was on peak, but
That's true,
different
yeah.
players. But Elish was always with good mechanic, with best mechanic. If it would be electronic, I would put electronic, of course, and maybe even Perfecto. Yeah.
Yeah. I avoided the current teammates because you'd just like hype them up all the time. So I need to go like, in the past.
Oh man, it's hard to answer. What means has more to give? Not enough to play it better? Or?
Like in the future, he could achieve more, still some good stuff. That's kind of in that.
Well, he's running out of names for that, isn't he?
Maybe as a coach or something,
Maybe
doesn't
Angel
have to be
in
as a player.
Valorant.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, Angel in
that
Valorant
can also be
good.
Yeah, you think that's good? I've seen you playing a bit of Valorant.
Yeah. I didn't start playing now.
What do you
fun.
think? You think it's fun? You know,
Yeah,
every time you play, you give the Counter-Strike scene a heart attack, right? Everyone's like
when our team NAVI played some qualifiers for LAN event, like I had Link to listen to their team speak and how they play and what they say, and man, that's so fun. Like in 10 seconds, everything can change. It's not like normal because there's a lot of some new stuff, It's just a new game.
New engines all the time.
Yeah. New skill.
I'll just say a lot of people sent in questions which weren't questions. It was just like s1mple, don't go to Valorant. So I'm just like,
that was just
it was like, don't go to Valorant. I'm like, this isn't a question, but okay, thank you. What else do we have on the list?
Zeus is a fun one.
Carlos just asked on Twitter if s1mple wants a house in Tokyo. Yeah, he just did it. I'll just throw it in the chat.
Oh, he did too. But
We'll
this is
we'll
now,
find some good one after the show. Just link him like from some website. Couple of $1 million. Find a nice house in Tokyo. Send the link
Tell him
and see what
about
happens.
private jets and few cars. That's not...
I mean, what's the point of a house in Tokyo if you don't have a private jet?
That's true.
How do you get there? It's too far away.
You just get there and you live there. That's it. And play Valorant.
in Japan, look, they're giving it a
Awesome.
crack. Where are we at here?
Guardian. Oh man, it's hard. Taught me a lot, I would probably say, about Zeus. In life
you-
as well.
Can you help us with Zeus a little bit, like in understanding Zeus? Because when we look at Zeus, he's a very interesting person. Right?
Crazy guy.
Yeah. So
He's like, when we played, he has a lot of things to do. He has like business and all of the stuff. So we were always joking that he is a businessman. And but when he focused on 100% before tournaments, at the end of his career, I think he didn't focus on 100%. But when he actually did, he was reading game really easy, you know. And he taught and teach a lot of stuff as well. And Kane, like, they had really good communication between each other, and they always understand each other. They knew how to. They always tried to find the key how to beat Astralis.
That's true.
turns
Yeah.
out the key was with Blade.
Yeah, but still we beat them in Cologne once. It was hard game
Yeah.
when Zeus did
Yeah,
30 plus kills.
Yep, Inferno.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Inferno,
Where is HIKO as well?
That was an easy one. You just like say
Yeah.
amazing guy, best teammate. But off of this list, who was the easiest to work with? What do you think? No easy answer there.
You've stumped
Easy
him
to
here.
work with. I don't know. It was hard to work with all of them.
They can all be hard to work with.
Easy.
Yeah.
I know Markelov definitely wasn't easy. I feel like that was probably well known. That
I don't actually remember the time, but sometimes it wasn't easy. I wanted him to play more, and I always talked about it, you know. I don't know. Underrated? Who is underrated?
I don't think any of those names are underrated, if we're going to be honest with ourselves here.
I feel like Seized at one point, like Seized was a pretty good like combo with
Yeah,
s1mple.
let's do Seized underrated because before he actually became a GL, he played good.
Think
And
in-game
something
leading fucked
changed.
him?
Yeah, of course. Like
think
he wasn't ready for this because like Valve did make a rule that coach
Yeah.
cannot talk, and I just joined team 1 month and coach cannot talk, and I just pick him like he wasn't ready for 100%, but I think he wanted. Like there was no other option, you know. Who's else?
Guardian?
Markelov, Guardian. Oh man, what I would say is that with Guardian, it was really hard to work before he left NAVI joint phase, you know. Very hard to work. There was some situation when he missed bootcamp, when all of us was on bootcamp already, you know. He had his reading stuff, but he could easily tell us before, so nobody need to fly to other city and do bootcamp with 4 men. So yeah, and of course, I was toxic back in 2016. I agree with that, but still, I'm sad that he didn't win major against Cloud9 because, like, it was his best chance, and I think it wasn't his fault, you know. He was playing good through whole tournament.
Yeah, he was
And,
in the grand final as well.
Yeah. And he had so much experience to share with other players like Olaf as well. So, but Guardian, yeah, taught me a lot as well. As a OP player, he showed me some tricks, showed how he practiced OP. I explained him something as well, but still, it was hard to work. But at the period when he joined instead of Zeus, it was easy to work with him, you know. But but like, don't know why he couldn't find his game again.
Yeah.
Who's the left? Markelov?
Just Markelov.
I would say he's underrated as well.
Okay.
Because
In the modern era, yeah.
yeah, like he just stopped enjoying Counter-Strike at some point.
Fell out of love
I
with
think,
the game.
yeah, I think if he would put more time, he would do much better. And I told him to become Opera as well, and he's like, he just don't want. Don't know why. I never understand that.
It's
Yeah,
the
he was
easiest guy in the
very,
game, right?
Yeah. Like,
And he used to be so good with it.
especially it used to be before update with AWP in 2014, right? Remember
Yeah,
when you
24
could
Before
move
15?
much
JW got
faster?
nerfed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the best op for Markelo. And he even took it, and he even did some good kills, but he never wanted to play it. So
yeah, he
yeah,
was good with it at first. Like when they first switched into CSGO, like he was a good opper.
yeah.
But
I
then he
don't know
just
what
decided
happened.
he doesn't want to play with it.
Didn't want to ruin his legacy, you know? But one of the greats in 1.6. So you can look, we all make odd decisions. I just remember when he was in the Flipside team, every couple of weeks I'd see him off in holidays in Southeast Asia somewhere. The guy was always on a holiday somewhere, having a good time on a beach, having a beer. You know, I see what you mean. Like he'd lost, but that's the thing, right? He'd already been doing it for so long in the 1.6 days. I guess it's hard to keep that love going all the time.
You just need to progress.
Progress?
Yeah,
Always
like
have something to play for?
he started to progress slowly, you know. When young kids just spend 10 hours playing normal Face It or their matchmaking this match, they just come in close and close to you. You always should be on point.
Okay, I think we're going to leave the Parimatch Matchmaker segment there, and we'll jump into questions now. I want to go with what you're talking about there. A topic that people talk about a lot of the time, Simple, is age, right? That people get too old to play. Do you think that that's a factor? Like we talk about forZe, right? You mentioned him before. You're like, yeah, he could be on NIP, and he could perform on NIP to probably a pretty good level, right? What do you think about you? You said, oh, I'm almost 25. Well, you know, that's you still have a long way to go before you're going to be aging out of playing. Like, do you think that you're going to push that boundary? Is this something that you think individuals can push if they keep progressing?
I'm 24.
Yeah, so 25 next year, you said, right?
25 next year, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Do you think you like for you it's ages away, but do you think you can keep playing Counter-Strike forever?
I hope so. I hope. I don't want to lose my skill. Like when you feel that you lose your skill, you just, I don't know, just become IGL maybe.
Yeah.
Just start to use brain and help other players. But I don't think like 30 is bad age, you know. At 30, I think you can easily win major. At 30, you can be in top 10 players in the world. Just need to always play because with more age, you have more, to say, ответственность.
Wisdom.
Responsibility, yeah.
Ah.
Not only in front of yourself, but in front of people that you love. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And for example, like you spend more time on business, on your family, on everything, on your friends as well. And you always, I don't know, want something new. I think that's how it works. And when you still playing the same game all the time, of course, if you're not gonna progress, it's not fun. But if you're always competing and playing on high level and trying, I don't know, trying to always be in new meta because it's always changed with weapons, with maps. It's like in Dota. Small item can change the whole game. Like the Magnus skill, the RP when he moved. Remember? Anyone watch Dota?
Yeah, I watched
No.
it. I watched it.
Like something
TI?
small that you
Yeah.
know, yeah. First, you just use it and it can help you win many games.
Yeah.
And of course, organization is the big thing. I wish in future it would be more and more organization with great personnel that gonna help players to still play at this age. To show them the right way, how it should be.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Jax
mean,
was
what-
just in the final. He was 29.
Yeah, I think something people have been starting to talk about is Hobbit, for example. He could be, I didn't check this, but he could be one of the oldest players in the top 20 this year. He played pretty good. I'm not sure if he's going to make it or not, but he has 2 MVPs.
I'm sure
he's been on the top, so he's surely in contention there. So he's an example of someone that even went out of the top tier 1 scene and came back after a couple of years. And it has to come down to some of these things. It's just finding the meta and finding the drive to, even with family and everything, to play all the time.
And there's never been any player older than 28 or even older than 27, because Dupree was 27 last year when he made it.
The top 20.
Hobbit's going to be 27 is 27 this year. I don't know when his birthday is, but maybe he could be the one.
He's 27 now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at May.
Did you talk
18.
about Olaf?
I mean, no, not really. I mean,
You said who come back?
Hobbit.
Oh, Hobbit, yeah.
Yeah, because he's 27. He's going to be 27 at the beginning of next year still. So
okay.
So 27 so far, I think, is the
oldest.
Is the highest, is the oldest age that anybody's made the top 20 so far.
I guess is one of the things we're going to keep learning as we go, right? It's one of it's going to keep unfolding. Like I said, Jax is 29. He was just in a grand final. So, we obviously had that happen in the past, but more so with in-game leaders. What about this one, s1mple? Would you ever consider actually going to play Valorant, like professionally, like as an actual question?
I think yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
This is after you've won 8 majors and you've been the MVP of a bunch of them, or is this something that like you would consider as another challenge, or something? What's your thoughts on it?
It's probably when my rating becomes 0.9.
Ah, okay. That was a good rating for me back in the day, mate.
No, just kidding. I don't know. Just want to achieve a lot for this organization. Just to when I give space for young players. In like next 3 years, other organization cannot catch us,
Okay.
Like the NAVI one. And maybe, I don't know about future, but if you move to Valorant, you probably need to move to NA.
To get the most out of it?
Yeah, because there's where this Valorant is right now,
Sure.
It's really popular there, and I think it's like League of Legends. I remember I was living with League of Legends team. Every week they had some League of Legends games. Every week, like 5 games. There was like 500 people watching. So yeah, but yeah, not now, not right now. When I understand that I did a lot for this game, I achieved a lot, and I'm slowly, I don't know, I'm slowly losing fun, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Goes back to the motivation for older players too.
Sorry. In chat, 500 people. Yeah, that was like
the studio games, right?
Yeah, just studio games, like every week, and everyone's come. I've been there 2 or 3 times, but it's actually a really good show for them, There's some professional video cameras guys back at the day. It's on really high level for League of Legends from Riot.
Yeah,
see if we have more questions. Yeah,
I wanted to ask about one thing, because we talked about this in the interview, in the MVP interview, about the break that kind of everybody just started thinking about, because Kindar said it on the show that you said at some point that you would take a break. Want to elaborate on that and what your plans are in terms of potentially taking a couple of weeks off, or a couple months off rather?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's even okay to take the break for a whole team. You just 2-month break, you just chill, you go wherever you want, you keep playing CS, but not like 10 hours per day every time. You following meta, watching demos, working with your coach as a captain. It's all good, but you just have more time. That's what I call break. Because
you still play a lot of Counter-Strike.
My break is to watch demos that most players don't, like a lot of players don't do. Play like 2-3 hours and face it and talk to your coach. That's my break.
Yeah, you can even do it in some hot places, in hotel with your laptop. It's easy. You just need to want to do this, Usually people at break chill and have all fun. but everyone know their goals and they can easily spend few hours just to keep form. Not the highest one, but just normal one, not to go really down. But yeah, it's need to talk with team, depends for tournaments. Of course, I don't want to miss tournaments in the United States. I haven't been there for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's interesting what's going on there, how it's gonna be, different stadium, to meet fans as well. So yeah.
People are
Nice.
actually asking, what's your plan for the next player break? You said like hot places. You mentioned something. Do you have something in
Yeah, I
mind
just
already?
want maybe first of my time to celebrate Happy New Year with friends in some different place. I don't know. Not in cold. I don't want in cold. Which like the first time, outside of my family, just with friends. So yeah, it will be fun. But yeah, what else to do? Because I never been on holidays in winter because I don't actually love skiing and all of the things with snow.
Mm.
And I don't actually like to visit hot countries during the snow. I enjoy snow in my city, but last 2 or 3 years there is no snow, so so yeah.
Maybe Tokyo? Yes?
They got skiing
Tokyo,
there.
man, you need like you cannot go there alone,
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
it's long flight and all of this. You should be ready mentally to go there.
Maybe Carlos wanna join you.
There we go. We'll get. I
Show
want to
his new apartments.
go looking for places together. There you go. That's a New Year's activity. I wanted to know what your thoughts are on Ancient Simple. I really like the map, but I know that not everybody does.
I like it because something new, something fun to see. But I thought like they would change this map after ESL1 Cologne that we won just before Major to make it more like stable because it's overpowered a city. It's really hard to go on any side. There's two ops that's sitting and holding. Even if you go bid or every smoke, Molotov, all of this, you just do a great retake as a city, and that's it. You know where the wall bangs, how to plant bomb. You just smoke banana, you smoke this right side of pillar, and that's it, and you just play. You fake the fuse, he start a wall bank, you go out from smoke, kill him. Yeah,
Easy as that.
it's nice map.
What would you
Ever-
change though to try and make it a bit more balanced? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, they should. I don't know. They should just change site on A.
Okay.
The bomb plant as well. Like you can wall bank this bomb through any smoke. You can nade it. You can flash. Just it's very weird. It was like on cobblestone on
Hmm.
old one,
Hmm.
or like a new one, the middle of area. This bomb
Yeah.
site.
You just opened it up. It's really weird now.
So final questions. We have 2 minutes. We're ending the show.
We can take 15 more if you want.
Oh,
Here we go.
there we go.
Just
There's
to discuss.
There's a question that I actually find interesting. A guy just ask if he is the shadow IGL, but what he essentially means, I guess, is how much do you add to the calling in the team? Because this is something that people started talking about. We see webcams, you're talking this and that. How much input do you have in the calling?
I just talk to my teams that just remind them we need to communicate better, to not do stupid mistakes. Guys, don't do nerves. If we play our game is better. We can lose only to ourselves. I just remind them so they stay in cold mind, not to overthink or yeah. And about strats, sometimes when Boomich missed something, for example, we killed on dust two guys from B, or like two guys from A, and we understand there should be more guys from B, and he's doing some fast call. I'm trying to stop him, like electronic as well. Like everyone in our team can recommend something, but usually it's me or electronic or even Perfecto sometimes. But yeah, we just on some online tournaments we just decide Boomich to do by himself because he need practicing. It's the same when like I'm like becoming mad and like, hey Blade, can you can you call, please? I'm tired of this. And he's like, no, man, he's practicing. What you gonna do on Valve tournaments without, without me? Because it's a new experience, like for captain, IGL, like clutch player on stage, like online, all of that. So yeah.
Okay.
Eva Elfi, what about here?
I think they're just curious because wasn't she the entertainer who sent you a message?
Entertaining.
Yeah, but still, she's like, she's a cool girl, you know. She has a boyfriend, and yeah, like it's okay for me to talk, especially with beautiful girls.
Yeah,
That's,
I hope
that's
so.
pretty okay.
Not to do something, you know.
No, on the
I
chat,
don't want
nobody
a movie
insinuated.
about this simple movie.
I mean,
But
you
it's
have
fun,
a lot
yeah.
of movies already. HLTV
Yeah.
YouTube, people that want to find them, pretty good.
So
I
you
mean,
can
some people
search
would
me there,
say
yeah.
some people would say 18 plus as well, considering what you do in them. So
Yeah, I
I
have
don't
on
know.
my Twitch 18 plus, so
Yeah, there we go.
prepare your, I would say one word, but I won't. So yeah, just, I mean, like, it's okay to talk with different kind of people. You understand it's their work, and like, trust me, there's a lot of people, like good or bad people. They have huge amount of experience, and it's actually really interesting to spend time with them and get something new for yourself, you know. If you
People in
look like
chat, yeah.
our psychologist always told us, what you look on person, you don't look like this, you look like this, you know. You're trying to find something good in person at the beginning. You're not thinking about like whatever, like what you're thinking about this guy. Like, here are some shit shoes. He's like, man, maybe he's in a
No
situation
judgment.
where he cannot afford something else. Maybe he's not lucky as you, something like that. And you're just trying to understand other person.
On this, when did you have somebody come in to help with that kind of stuff that you're talking about, right? Like, was it how many years ago? Did you have
It was with Eugene when I joined
yes?
NAVI. He teach me a lot of things. So yeah, he's a really he wasn't like psychologist, you know. He
He
was
always
just
seems like a fun
smart.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really fun and smart guy. He can have fun. He's like an old guy. He's like from different century, of course, yeah. But he's like he's telling how to not to be wrong, you know, especially with people.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So it's been since the beginning. You've been there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What other questions we got here? Electronic, right? He's the other boy on this team who's been there as well on this journey with you, right? You guys had to go through a bunch of rosters to get to the point you're at now. But when we spoke to Blade, he was talking about how Electronic, you know, is at a point where he has to start changing his role within the team and the game a little bit, right? Like now, because he's one of the more experienced older members of the team, but he's still part of like the star duo with you. But he had to be a little bit more. Do you guys remember the words that Blade was using to describe the way that Electronic? I guess it was like an elder statesman type role, I guess.
Yeah, he's like very calm in stressful situations, and he can do first move, you know. He can play any role except op, I think. He can go to entry kill because he feel it. He's smart in clutch situations. He's micro and macro on point, you know. And as I said, my problem is that I cannot be always calm, you know. I'm hyped up on energy, you know. And in some stressful situations, I'm like not always calm. I cannot sit with poker face of my teammates. So yeah, and I always talk. He's quiet guy, you know. He just he's like beat a lot of similar things.
Do you think, looking at the way, like you saying you want to stay progressing, you want to do for NAVI the next couple of years and make sure that you're so much further ahead than all these other organizations and stuff. Do you think that there is going to be a team who might be able, you mentioned Gambit, right? But let's stay outside of the CIS because I think the rest of the world needs a little bit of hope, right? You guys have all the best teams at the moment. You saw that Fallen and Cold Zero are talking about getting back together maybe. Like when you look at all the stuff that's going on around an international Counter-Strike, what do you think's going on? Because no one else can get their house in order. It was the Astralis dynasty, and now it feels like it's the NAVI/CIS dynasty, right? What do you think's going on? You think that there's anybody who can put together a good team to be really competitive?
I just understand that everyone who makes chains, they will start from the bottom, you know.
Okay.
They need to go again to this point where everyone have same synergy, everyone have strats, you know. And because of that, we win more time. That's it. More time to actually compete better than other teams. But still, there's teams that can easily achieve, you know, come really closer in few steps. If we fall down, if we stop to progress. So yeah, just yeah.
So who do you think is closest to you guys?
Gambit, of course. Gambit.
Okay.
What
So
about VP?
No, I don't think. Like,
No?
oh, it's hard. It's hard. It's like their individual was much better before.
VPs?
Yeah, when they played with Sanji. I don't know why they did this move. They played really decent. I had them to go through in semis against Heroic. But still, I think their synergy and their practice really good for kind of tournaments, you know? Because I talked with a lot of coaches that played first stage, and like they're like, man, there's like teams shitting in pants sitting and playing their first game at Major, and there was a lot of them, you know. I was surprised, but after I'm like, oh yeah, welcome on love, guys.
That's true. What's your favorite rumor? Of, like,
Rumor?
roster changes. You know, there's been a lot of stuff flying around. You know, the Vitality stuff, the Astralis. I mean, obviously Astralis already have a new lineup.
Like
The Brazilian stuff.
Vitality, interesting if it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Interesting how the English gonna be on point. I heard Apex told me that ZywOo's English is better.
I
And
think
of
it's
course,
pretty good. He just doesn't speak it much.
yeah, and of course their organization is really huge. That can easily help players. And new experienced player four-time major champions can easily come to them, you know?
Yeah.
Teach them something new as well. It would be fun.
That could be a good rivalry. They have to join ZywOo with two of the players who have won multiple majors just to take down s1mple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They're building a monster.
Yeah,
do you put much into that conversation about you versus ZywOo? Right, it's a fun one that we have. You know, where we're having some beers and talking like who's better. But do you put much into that? Does that like motivate you at all? Or do you not really give a fuck?
I just it's fun to win against them, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like ZywOo right now before roster change, if it's actually gonna happen, he's like me in 2019 when we just bring Boomage. Oh no, when we bring Guardian and I became Rifle.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard periods, you know. It's like years when me and my team didn't win anything. Just imagine you just play and you always lose. And it's dark times, yeah.
I mean, Sponge knows everything about that feeling.
I know what it means
playing
to lose
and
all the
losing.
time. Yeah, I'm really good at losing.
When you like losing and you need to travel, I don't know, from Miami to New York, you just 20 hours, you have bad mood, especially when you have some conflicts with your teammates. You're like, man, I want to, I don't know, sleep in my bed.
Yeah.
Just forget that day.
For sure. All right, boys. Do we have anything else for s1mple here before we close down the show?
I can ask one more question. I found it a kind of a interesting question. The guy asked about like the stigma on esports and you being someone in Ukraine for the whole CIS that people look up to. You're like a superstar, all of this. Did anything change about how people look at esports since you started kind of breaking out, winning all of these tournaments, now NAVI and all of that stuff? Did you feel any change? Like, did you do anything in that?
Like,
so let's say, you know,
mean
people,
what has changed, right?
People look down, you know, you start playing games, you want to be a pro, and then your mom comes and said, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go to school. Do you feel like that has changed now based on like the success you had in NAVI?
Of course. Like everyone has internet right now, I think, and a lot of parents write some message like, thank you that we allowed my child to play, you know, because He's always talking about you. And I actually have school. I finished the school, and I've been there like 3 or 4 times to just give money for school to upgrade some new things. And there was a lot of childs, like really like 8 or 10 years old, that just come and like say thank you. You know, thank you is enough. You feel like you're doing something that people will remember. Maybe not for long, who knows? It's always different, right? But still, it's not like I do everything only for this moment, you know. No, you just understand that you've been part of this history, you know, and you don't know what's gonna next. Maybe because of that, there would be more like stadiums, more people, more fans, and it would be huge and huge. Because as I said, 5 years ago, internet was different. Like 10 years ago, the Counter Strike was different, and there was stage, I don't know, with 1,000 people maybe. The prize pool is $50,000. Now it's huge, and it's pretty sure in every country their parents, if they would like to know what their child want to do, they will how to say that, they will study this question, you know, about what is cybersport, what is Counter-Strike, Dota, what is the salaries, how people like travel, and all of this stuff. Yeah, and of course, the new parents, they will understand about this more, you know, and they will explain it more easier, and they will give more chances to try, at least to try, you know.
Cool.
But
I
yeah,
love
for
it.
example, my mom always tell me you need to finish the not high school, like university, yeah, just to get this diploma. How to say this?
Yeah, diploma.
Yeah, diploma. Yeah.
Degree, diploma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how to get this diploma? And I'm telling my mom, mom, I don't need this diploma. I'm not gonna. I hope I'm not gonna work there. You know, she's like, you don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, she's like, you never know. I hope everything will be good, and people will congratulate me one day. You know.
I think they do now.
Yeah, I definitely
kind of have a feeling.
I definitely think they do. I think this is like a whole new level, right? I'm going to be simping a bit more here, but this is more just a sentiment than anything. Like where the game's at now, you spoke about like how it's grown over those years with the prize money, with the fans. The same thing in terms of like the notoriety of somebody like you. Like we all remember the GOATs, right? We remember forZe and Neo. We remember Get Right. We remember them. Like we can go deeper than that. But like think about the generation of kids and Counter-Strike fans around the world who have watched s1mple being an absolute fucking monster in an environment that the forZe, the Neos, they were dreaming of. You were like, you get to be your best you during like this. And that's amazing. Like because I watched a lot of Counter-Strike. I'm sure most people watching the show have watched a lot of Counter-Strike. The shit that you do in the server, you have a different understanding of the way the game works than everybody else. Like your brain works differently with Counter-Strike than everybody else. And that is the thing that is the most awesome about like s1mple, right? Do you feel that you have a different understanding of the game than everybody else?
Of course, always. Yeah, I see. Like some people understand it as well, but as like Gambit understand a lot, you know. But finally, they face new chapter. The atmosphere, pressure, all of this. Now they need to get their experience from that. So yeah, just feeling and trying to share. Like on stream, I actually show a lot of things. Maybe I don't usually talk about them because I don't want to explain every secret. But people, when I'm streaming, they can easily see some small detail, some small gap, move, crosshair placement. Like usually people say my crosshair placement sucks, but it's not true. Like I always understand where the enemy can be. If I understand there is no enemy on timings and info, I'm gonna run with knife. You know, I'm not gonna like there's a lot of things in Counter Strike. I'm happy that I'm still learning something new. Only because of competition, you know.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this, boys. I think we've had a great show. Simple. What I normally do at the end of the show is I allow the guest to say whatever they want to say to the viewers at home. So this is your chance now to talk to the people at home.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for inviting me. I mean, sorry for not coming earlier. Now it was a good day, and thank you my organization and sponsors. And I hope we're gonna enjoy CS. Hopefully next week. Yeah. Hope to see you around, guys, as well.
Awesome. All right. That's it for HLTV Confirmed, episode 63. Simple. He's been fantastic. And that's it from us. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Good night. See you guys.
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets guaranteed.
Fist bumps go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parimatch, your esports teammate. Stuck ranking up? Lost the motivation to grind? Bored of clicking heads on aim maps? Get some color into your game. Bitskins.com. Buying and selling skins made easy. Tons of payment methods and instant cash outs. Just choose your dream skins, select your preferred payment method, and start grinding again. If you want to play like the pros, you gotta look like the pros.
The nice thing about displays, they're super high quality and very easy to hang up. All you have to do is mount the magnet they provide you, then just stick the poster on the wall. Every art piece they offer is super collectible and looks great no matter where you place it in your house or room. Another wonderful thing about Displate is they also look after the environment. Every poster someone buys, Displate will plant one tree. They have already planted over 14 million trees and they're still planting. So you're not just getting an awesome poster, you're also helping the environment.